Hi Flosstube, my name is Megan and this is Nightmare Before Meg. This is going to be my Flosstube and I'm going to show you my cross stitch, just like a lot of other people. I have been a stitcher for about, oh god, I don't want to do math right now. I'm 31 and I've been stitching since I was 10, so 21 years. I stitch a little bit of everything. I stitch from Witchy Stitcher to Plum Street Sampler, to Mirabella, Nora Corbett, Villa Filipino. Probably said that wrong, and if I do mispronounce things, I'm very sorry. I have stitched a lot, and I love it a lot. My mom is the one who taught me to cross stitch. She started in with me when I was 10 years old. I think when I was younger, I was doing like general, like, oh, this is how you make a stitch, but nothing that was like a piece. Well, excuse me, I'm yawning. Oh, are you tired? My mom finishes all my cross stitch pieces because she is an absolute amazing finisher, and she is so creative, and she blows me away with her ideas. You actually behind me, you can see, well, this one you can't see, but these two that are blurry, those are, she finished them and gave them to me as gifts. She's just awesome, and I hope that she will come on some of my Flosstubes with me and you guys can get to know her and see her stitching. She does amazing work. She has this grandmother fairy piece. I believe I think it's called Lavender and Lace, and I may be wrong on the designer, but it's called Grandmother Fairy, and she's gorgeous. She's, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I can't wait to see her finished, and I'm going to drool all over it because I love her so much. I don't know why. She's not my typical cup of tea. I'm a mermaid stitcher. I don't stitch a whole lot of fairies. I just never have. But I haven't really stitched a lot of mermaids either. I just buy them. I am just blown away by her talent and her finishing style. So if I show you something's finished, it's probably by her. But you'll meet her hopefully sooner than later. As far as my background, I am a correctional nurse. Been a correctional nurse for 7 years. Love it, wouldn't change it. I am a little bit shy in person. I'm not someone that's gonna come up and talk a whole lot. You have to talk to me. If you talk to me, I promise you I'm super friendly. At least I think I am. I think I'm a joy, if that helps anybody. I don't go to a whole lot of stitching events because I have young children. I go to a local one, StitchCon. Everybody knows, like, what's this? StitchCon, yeah. I've gone for the last 3 years, and it is an amazing event. If you have never gone, I would suggest trying to go because you just really get to see some awesome people, some awesome designs, and just, it blows me away what people can do. And everybody's so nice typically there. I don't think I've ever really seen anybody be mean at StitchCon. And Barb is the owner of Keepsakes, and she is just, oh my gosh, I love Barb. But I kind of grew up to an extent, like, in Barb's shop. My mom would take me to Keepsakes when we went shopping, and she's kind of watched me grow as a stitcher and as a person. I don't get to go up there as much anymore, again, for children, and it gives me anxiety even thinking about taking them into Keepsakes because all of the touchable items, and I can't do it in my head. It just, anxiety gets too bad. So I'm very much so an online stitcher unless I get a day away from the kiddos. I stitch all kinds of things in my little repertoire of stitchery. I have long dogs, Mira's, Nora, just combined Mira and Nora, Mira's and Nora's, and I have Witchy Stitcher, Blackbird, Birds of a Feather. I like it all. I'm not selective on stitching. I will say I'm not a big Haid stitcher. I own several Haid charts. They overwhelm me and I get scared, and I'm like, maybe I'll come back to this. I do have one plan that I hope to break out next year and maybe do a year of stitching on a Haid. Sorry, my eyelashes are doing. I hope to, but we'll see if I can muster up the courage to do that. These girls that are on Flosstube that have huge, gorgeous heids and have like 5 or 6 of them, you all just blow me away. Like, I'm like, I wish I could do that because I can't. I've tried to be that person and just not. I like to see progress, and I think maybe a haid doesn't show like enough of a I mean, you know there's progress because you see the stitching, but I mean, you can go a page of close to one color and like speckles of other colors for background, and I can't do it. I can't do it. There is a one haid that I want to buy, and I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to try to post a picture somewhere in here if I can figure out how to do it. And it is of a little girl holding like a demon dog, and I just want to stitch it so bad. It's so pretty, it's so cool, but I am not talented. Like, I just don't know. I think one thing that you'll see as we go through my projects, I'm a big Pokemon fan. I played all the games and I love them. They still come out and I'm like a 3-year-old running to the store like, let's get it, buy it now. I buy Pokemon cards still. Like, I am the biggest child as a 31-year-old that you've ever met. But back on this, I have this haid that is an evolution chart, and it's the full version of this chart, right? And it's huge. It's huge. And even stitching it over one, like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. And it also has like every single DMC, sorry, it has every single DMC in it. And I have it kitted. I have all the flosses in it. I'm sure that if I ever miss a floss in one of my projects, I can go to that bag and find it. But I have not jumped into it yet. At some point in my life I will, and I'll pass it on to my kids to finish, I'm sure. Dog wise, I have 3 dogs and 2 cats. You may see them jump up on the back of my chair throughout the video. That's their stitchy spots. They are my stitchy buddies. If I'm cross stitching, 90% of the time they're up there or in my lap. My 3 dogs, my English bulldog, she is a cute little pig and I love her to death. She usually sleeps at my feet, and if we ever get to a point in a video where you hear snoring, it's her. And then I have a English Mastiff. These are my 2 babies. Like, they're both just my babies. They're mine. My kids can claim them, but they're not. They're mine. My English Mastiff, though, I think thinks that he is a human child, because when he comes in, if I'm stitching, he attempts to get in my lap with me. And that's why he's not in this video, because he would be either trying to sit behind me, and 180 pounds in a chair behind me during a video sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. You know, the bigger the dog, I think the smaller they think they are, because he just wants to sit on top of me at all times and be touching me at all times. I've played video games with his head in my lap, just like, you know, ignoring him, and he's just happy to be content in my lap. So at some point, maybe he will be able to come into a video and you guys can meet him, because he's a doll baby and I am in love with him. I think I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my projects. Over to the side of me, I have my back projects. I was going to pull them all out and have them to where we're not zipping and unzipping, zipping and I didn't do that. I just grabbed my bags and set them here, and I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to show you my bags and some of my needle minders. I am super proud of my needle minders. My mom has made a lot of them. I have a lot of them, and my bags are always special to me. I'm like the crazy cross-stitch bag lady. I swear I like stalk people's Etsy's and Instagram just for bags. I mean, if it tells you anything, Black Cat, I'm on her Bag of the Month Club. Jasmine's Bag of the Month Club. Well, those 2 are not Bag of the Month, they're like bi-monthly, so that saves my wallet a little bit. And then Gary and Ronnie's Bag of the Month Club, I've been a part of them forever, and let me tell you, first off, Ronnie is amazing. I love Ronnie to pieces. I would buy every bag that I could from him, because he touches my heart every time I talk to him. we go to StitchCon, and I think I go just for Ronnie to talk to me and make me feel special, because he just remembers things, and he probably has hundreds of stickers on his Bag of the Month Club, but he'll come to me and be like, how's your kids? I don't see pictures of them. I took a hiatus from Facebook for a while, and he like knew about it. He was like, you don't post much anymore, I don't see them. And it just really makes me feel good when he notices things. And you can tell as a shop owner, as somebody that is a shop owner and a bag maker, a crafter, that when they take notice of you and you're giving them your money, it makes you want to spend more of your money on them, because not too many people do that anymore. They don't relate to you personally. And I love shop owners, especially small shop owners, that relate to you personally and are able to come up to you and not just put you as a number. And Ronnie definitely does that. And I like I said, I think I'd go to StitchCon for Ronnie. That's a lie. I love StitchCon, but Ronnie is definitely a plus side to StitchCon when he's there. I hope to at some point go to one of his retreats. I don't think that far of a travel with how young my kids are is going to be doable right now. I've tried to figure it out in my head, and I'm very much so an active, hands-on mom, and I don't want to leave them that far, because even at StitchCon, I'm maybe 30-45 minutes away, so if anything happens, I can always dart back to my kids, and that's a very bad way to be sometimes, but it is who I am, and I can't change it. Okay, so I want to know, do I want to start with haul, or do I want to start with my new start, or my finish? Let's start with my finish, because we were talking about my mom. This is Rebel Stitcher did a Halloween box, like a candy piece of floss. Did a I want to say like a mystery box, or I think that's what they call them. Your mystery boxes, like the Black Needle Society. And she had one of Jasmine's bags in there, and this cute itty bitty little kit that I finished. And take a look at him. Isn't he adorable? I mean, this fabric came with it, of course, but I love pets, and it's pets. In her piece, she actually has a bat that's in, I think it's in this corner, or this corner, it's one of the corners. I did not stitch him because I actually stitched him like 4 times, and I don't know why, he just didn't look right to me, and I kept ripping him out. So I was like, you know what, initials and date, it's done. But I am in love with this piece because it was a quick stitch, and a lot of my Halloween pieces right now, there we go. Come on, camera. A lot of my Halloween stitching right now are smalls. I have a Halloween tree, and my kids get the witch arrives on Halloween night for them and brings them a little bag of candy and PJs sometimes, and Halloween themed goodies. Not a tradition that I started this is my thing. It is something, I love Halloween so much, and I love getting Halloween PJs, and I love when people buy me Halloween items. But my mom has done, sorry for the break, my little one came in and said he was thirsty. Halloween tree. My mom usually finishes me one right around Halloween and hides it in my tree. And I know it's August, but my birthday was the 4th, my daughter's is the 16th, and after the 16th, it's completely Halloween season here at my house. Completely. It goes till August. I mean, pumpkin spice came out yesterday, so it's definitely Halloween time. Anyways, she usually hides it in my tree, and I think maybe I was too late for her to do this, because she comes over, she goes, oh, I finished you something, and I'm like, she goes, but your tree wasn't up, so I couldn't put it up. And I was like, oh, I like it when you hide it and I can find it, but okay, thank you, I still love it. But I mean, just look at her. Look at this cute little, I don't, you guys really can't see it very well. Oh, there we go. Look at that cute little thing there. Isn't she adorable? Look at it. Anyways, so that's my fully finished object that I have to show you. Now, I did start something, okay? Like, don't judge, but I did start something, mostly because I was trying to figure out this freaking Flosstube. Now I'm cussing, oh my god. I was trying to figure out this Flosstube, and I could not figure it out. Could not figure it out. I tried everything to, get it to run through one video, and I'd always get interrupted. Either my headphone would fall out, or the kids would come in, and I would have to stop, restart, stop, restart, stop, restart. Oh my gosh. So I needed something to, like, you know what, we're gonna start something, because I can. But my mom stopped over for a quick minute, and I had to ask her a question about this because I was concerned, and I didn't want to get started stitching and have a full out meltdown of did I start it wrong? Is it wrong? But I am starting this little guy. It's Satsuma Street, and I think where my face is in the picture, there we go. He is also going to be a add-on to my, ooh, that's got shine to it, doesn't it? He's going to be an add-on to my Halloween tree. I told you guys, I am really squirrel. Like, shiny objects, anything, animals walking by, I like space, so just bear with me. I didn't get a very good start, but I got his, I know, my face, and it's this stuff. I don't even know if this is, so you can see through this because of that paper. But I got his little fitsy storm. Look at them. Nutcracker feet. This is my needle minder, and yes, I know it's kind of heavy, but when I'm trying to figure out my next color or whatnot, this is perfect for me to rest my needle up here. And it works for me. And that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Here's all the flosses. I got them separated out and put on my yalll floss divider. Now this project is going to live in this little bag. Sorry, I was actually kind of looking for something. I don't know where I wanted off to, but we will figure that out later. See, I'm just a klutz. This is a bag by Jasmine. It's one of her minis, and I love it. Look how cute she is. Like, spooky, yes. Okay. So I'm gonna put this over here, and I gotta pick up my mess. I'm so sorry. You get to see up close to my eyelashes. Please don't tell me they're falling off. We'll see if that stays there, because, you know, like I said, klutz, and it'll probably fall off, and I'll cry about it later, because that's about what I do. Now, I'm going to show you my haul, and then we're going to go into my whips and show you some of them. If you guys are interested in just seeing all of them, let me know, and I'll do like an extra video with all of them to where I can like sit somewhere where I can pull them all easily, and I'll have them all set up, because that's not how this is today, so it's taking a lot longer. So, my haul. Because I told you I'm a bag lady. Chicken. got that goose bag. Story on why I had to buy this bag. And when I was growing up, my nickname is Chicken. It was given to me by my dad. So now, when I want chickens, I don't have chickens yet, but I want chickens. And I have to buy everything chicken oriented now. And I know these are roosters, they're not chickens, but it's a chicken. And I'm a chicken because that's my nickname. I also got this little guy because I told you Halloween tree. It's in my hair. This is a mill-hill kit. It's pet spider. I like spiders too. I like a lot of things, so just bear with me as I tell you, oh my god, I love this. Like, it's my best thing ever. But I do like spiders, and it's a ghost. I have made myself a stupid little thing that when I buy from 1-2-3 Stitch, that I'm throwing one of these in there for $10 extra, give or take, you know, maybe 15, 8, whatever it is, close to $10, to add ornaments to my tree. So this is my second or third one since I've made this like mental thing in my head. I've not stitched any of them yet, but who could pass up on this guy? Like, look at him. He's pretty snazzy with his pet spider. I've had that spider's like vicious, and he's like, whoa, spider, don't attack people. Love him. He's adorable. I also, I told you I got the dropsies. It's gravity. It's gravity's fault. I bought. If I can get him to come. There we go. Heart and Hand is a very, it's one of those designers that I love her. I have met her a lot in my lifetime, and I will always love her charts. But Santa, I know that this is a yearly thing, and I don't know. I want to go back and buy all the Santas, but I don't know if I will. Goal? Yes, buy all the Santas. Probably won't, because it adds up, and I have a lot of ornaments, and I mean, how else would I finish them? Like a little Christmas ornament? Put a Santa up a year? I could do that. That would be a good idea. Food for thought. But I love that Santa. I like the flowers. I don't know why, but I do. And then, I told you guys I'm a Pokemon fan. Buy all the cards, the games, whatever. There's this girl on Etsy, and I can see her name, but I don't know how to say it, and I don't want to butcher it on YouTube. So I'm going to show you, and you don't have to know the Pokemon's name, but just so that they're all super cute. And if you like Pokemon, you should totally buy one of her needle minders. They are a little large. I mean, you're talking my hand, like, I mean, look at that. Come on. You can do it. Come on, then. You're focusing on the wrong thing. There you go. So it is a larger needle minder. I use them a lot on my Miras, and then like bigger pieces. I have like 5 or 6 that you're gonna see. I don't know if you'll see 5 or 6 today because they're kind of spread through my projects. But when she releases a new Pokemon, I buy it. She's got several new ones that I'm like trying to like hurry up and catch up on, and she's like pumping them out, and I'm having issues catching up with her. It's Pokemon though. Love this Pokemon. If you're a Pokemon fan, you know who it is. I don't need to tell everybody else. And then this one reminds me of my son, so that's why I bought it, because he's my little Totodile. It's a little blue alligator. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. Love Pokemon, so just bear with me as I nerd out a little bit. Okay, so let's start going through these projects. I'm trying to clear up the spot here. I am going to zip, unzip, open, move, whatever I need to do as far as the bags go. So I'm sorry if that bothers you. It may make the video a little longer, but I have to put it back up with the little kids, or I'll have needles everywhere, and it will magically end up in somebody's foot, I'm sure. Or one of the dogs will eat it and I'll have an emergency vet bill, and that's not what I want. So, my first project is the Collector by Online Stitchery. And I have it on my iPad. I'm going to attempt to somewhere post a picture of it in here. I don't know if I will figure it out, but we're gonna try. We're gonna do it. I don't have very far on this one. This is one that I really want to jump out and start working on. First off, Rebel Stitcher. Got her little hippo. It's, you know, Cincinnati's my neighbor. I love my hippos. I love Fiona. I love her. She's adorable. That's all I got on this one. Hopefully I'll have more the next time I show you. All the called for floss and fabric, because it don't need changed. It's perfect. And this is my bag. I'm showing you the back pattern so you can kind of see it. It is cicadas. I told you I'm a bug person. This bag is a Cross Stitch Fancies. It is one of Susan's bag keepsakes. One of the Stitch Cons, she made a big bunch of them, and I bought them from her. And I wish I'd have bought every single one of them because I love Susan's bags. They're different than most bags. They're huge. They fit my big projects great. These would probably mostly become my Mira bags because they're just awesome like that. Sorry, I don't mean you to see the side of my face, but my next project is, first off, my birthday was in August. I am a proud Leo, and this is my lion bag from Shiba Designs, and I started my Leo from Nora. That's all I got on her, but everybody's probably seen her before. Come on, you have to do your sign by Nora. If you haven't, grab it and stitch it. It's actually a lot of fun. I've had fun stitching this little itty bitty bit on it. I'm actually going to pull it out and stitch it right now. But I'm probably going to work on my pumpkin tonight because, I mean, come on, seriously. Cereal. Shocker, they're on bag. This was one of his bag of the months. It's probably one of my favorites because it's just so bright. And then the black, or the inside has this like black little rainbow color, and I love it. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is a piece of fabric my mom gave me out of her stash to do this piece on. And I'm dropping stuff again. So first off, this piece isn't going to take all this fabric. I'm thinking about cutting it down once I get the outline in, like the border done, and like telling them, I don't know what happens with it, because I want to keep it. So amazing this fabric is. But here's the chart I'm stitching. It's Witchy Stitcher, the Guardian of the Woods, and the Lashy. Love her cryptid pieces. I'm a big cryptid nut too. I love Mothman. I love Lashies. I love all the spooky. Don't mind me and my faces. I don't know. I don't know. It's just my faces. It's my face. Okay, so this. Oh my goodness. This. Come on. There we go. This is how far I am on it. Don't know my needle with my black flow. That's how far I am on it. There's not a lot done to it. This is a piece that I want to add to it. I'm doing the called for floss, so it's just the DMCs. But this fabric is not the called for, and it is called Haunted. It is a seraphim, and it's 32 count. But, guys, I mean, come on. Before we get too far, look at that. Like, what it... I did it on the lighter end because, I mean, it's going to be a lot of black, and there's greens in it too. And I'm pretty sure, like, I think that it goes out to here. I need it a little further. So I'm going to have all of this beautiful green left, and I'm going to try to steal it because I love it. It's so pretty. Needle minders. I don't remember who this one's by. This one is a pin that I had that my mama made into a needle minder for me. It is a Pokemon. It is a Tyranitar. Oh, he's so cute. He's my Tartar. Don't mind me. I promise you I'm alright. It's the eyelashes. It just makes me this way. So, my next piece, readjusting my seat here. Surprise! I'll go on back. Look. It's a pink flamingo, and look at these guys. Where can I get it? Look at those flamingos. They've got big top hats on. Pink's not typically my aesthetic either. Like, I'm not a very pink girly girl. Look, purple, orange is my favorite color. But I love this bag. It's so pretty. And it's flamingos. Okay. The Light by Barbara Anna. This is done on, I think, 16 count Ada, might be 18 count. I think it's 16 now. And I can't tell you the name of this fabric. So my very first StitchCon, this girl was doing this as a stitch along, and she was handing out full kits besides the chart. You had to get the chart. And we all started it at StitchCon, and I was blown away that this woman just handed me the flosses. Like, here, I'll show you. Like, she made these up. I'll tangle them first, because you know I'm a messy floss person. She made these up with the names on them, and it looks like some of them she gave you more of than others, and she kitted these projects up and had like 15 of them, I think, or 10 of them, and was giving them out to people. Like, here, start this with me, thank you. How cool is that? Like, seriously, you're amazing, and I just have not gotten as far as I wanted to on it. I don't know why, but it's going to be finished this year. This is like one of the pieces that I will have finished this year. You see, in 4 months it'll be finished. High hopes. This next piece is a rotational piece that I do every single month. This is one of the pieces, like I said, that has to be finished. My first go-to. I actually stitch on it weekly, like tomorrow, aka tonight, because I'll be up past midnight because I'm a late night stitcher. I will pull this out and work on it. Oh, well, first, shocker, Garo bag, but it's spooky and it's awesome. Like, I think the main time, like, I hunt down gay round bags is Halloween. Like, he has Halloween, and I'm like, I'm there. Who are you? I am Megan, and I like Halloween. First off, before I show you this piece, I have to show you my needle minder, because it's a clay by Kim, and there's 2 ways you can get clay by Kim. You fight through hundreds of people to try to obtain a clay by Kim on her website, which, if you've ever attempted to fight for a clay by Kim minder, it's a pain in the butt. It's so hard to get, because I don't know how many times you'll click on one and they'll be sold out. And I get it. Everybody loves them. Like, I totally understand. And I am totally one of those people that's always on there trying to buy them. And I have hundreds of them, I feel like. Hundreds. But this is one I won off of eBay, and I spent way too much money for it. But I have no regrets. None. But I gotta show it off first. If I can get it to zoom. There he is. Look at him. Look at that baby dragon. Actually, this is a raven dragon, I think. I don't remember. I think it's called the Raven was the name of it. Look at that, like, half-crescent moon on her head. Oh, she's so cool. Actually, though, an itty-bitty little tip on the side fell off at one of the StitchCons. It was in my bag, and I think it just broke off. And I cried, and it happened at StitchCon, so it was worse. At StitchCon, only magical things happened, and my minder broke. But it's not really noticeable. I've learned to forget. So, here's my piece, though. This is a out-of-print chart. The designer actually passed away, and something to do with the rights of the charts, so you cannot find these unless they're secondhand now. Oh, and then my little goldfish minder that my mama made. He's a witch goldfish. But it is Salem Remembered. If you follow me on Instagram, I post, every time I stitch a name, I post a little snippet about that person. I will tell you, like, what they were accused of. I try to make it short and sweet because you can really get into details. Like, for example, I'm trying to think of what her name is. Martha Carrier. She was, her family had an epidemic of smallpox, during the smallpox. And she lost, I think, 2 out of her 4 children, and she lost the majority of her children, and then lost her parents, her husband's parents, and she was very sick, and they had like kind of like a quarantine where she had to be separated, but because of this it drew suspicion. And then one of the neighbors had accused her of his cows and stuff dying, his herd dying. And then she supposedly had like a 300 strong witch army waiting to take over Salem, and she was tried for this and chained, and this was a time, I think, where I can't even, like, my remorse goes all out for this time ago. She was hung with 3 other gentlemen. She was the 4th, I believe. And her husband was actually paid by the government later, saying, sorry, we know she's not a witch now. But if you can think about that, think of your spouse, or maybe even a child, a close family member, if the government tried them for being a witch and hung them in front of you, and then turned around and paid you because they killed them like, who are you? It's just not a topic I want to talk about much. But on my Instagram, I kind of give a little snippet about each of them and kind of go into details, a brief detail about them. So look me up on Instagram and follow me, and comment on my stuff, because I truly love it when you guys do. It's like my favorite thing. Tell me I'm doing great. It makes me awesome. It gives me a big head. This piece, well, let me show you my bag first, because it's another cool bag. It's a Jasmine bag, and look at that Jack Skellington. How much? Jasmine. Go on with your bad self and these awesome bags you make. Okay, so this piece is Blackbird Designs, but I'm doing this one down here. Come on. There you go. And at Keepsakes, they have this finished. I believe it was Keepsakes. I saw it, and I'm like 90% sure. But she has new fabric for each of the 5 pieces, kind of like it's pictured on here. Ooh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. So, what I did is, this is my first time stitching on Nicholas Flamel's fabric, and I bought a set. It's called the Sampler Collection. So it has 5 different fabrics in it. So I bought this collection, and they're all kind of like similar in tones. I mean, they're different enough to know it's different fabric, but they're not like purples and then tan, and then, you know, they're like the same hue, I guess is a good way to put it. This is the first one. It's the house one I'm working on. They all have names, and I'm not gonna look it up right this second, but of course. There. And then look at this cute little Oogie Boogie. Like I said, in my Big Nightmare Before Christmas fan, you're gonna see a lot of it. Look at him. So, I bought these little Oogie Boogies because I thought they were so adorable. And when I bought them, I had my mom take a look at it and see if she could make it into a needle minder. I have a big bunch of them. So for today, I'm gonna see if anybody is interested in me making these up and giving them away as giveaways for subscribers. Maybe when we hit a certain number, I don't know what, but I don't know how many people are truly interested in Nightmare for Christmas. So if you would be interested, write Nightmare in the bottom and follow me, and I will do a giveaway at some point. So that's that piece. It's not a whole lot done on it because, of course, I'm slow and I have a lot I still try. But we're getting through this pile, guys. Like, I promise, there's not that many left, honestly. Sorry, this video is still going to be an hour long. I talk too much. This is a Birds of a Feather chart. Fat cat. He's cute. I'm doing all the called for flosses, but I am not doing the fabric because it's Sparrow, and honestly, who has Sparrow in their closet? If you do, I'm jealous. I have a small cut, but it's not big enough for this, and I don't want to let it go. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it because I don't want to let it go. I just got hacked his little tummy and his little broom, and then look at my minder because I gotta show him off. I don't know why, I just love it. It's cute. Anyways, 40 count fabric. Look at how pretty it is. It's a V-Stitch Me. It was one from her Fight Nights, where I think it's an off color, or it didn't turn out right. There might be an error to it, and love it. Yeah, I am stitching over 2 on this one. I have to look at it like, did I do this, or am I that crazy? Did I do 40 count over 1? But no, it's over 2, so we're good. I haven't stitched on this one. I actually pulled it out because it's getting closer to Halloween, and I like spooky stitching, so I pulled it out to stitch. Again, I told you, after August, Halloween immediately. And it doesn't change. It's Halloween. What do I want to show you next? This one. Peter Pan bag, because I'm a Disney freak. This is my monthly project that I finish no matter. This is my number 1. I did this last year. I stitch a block a month, and this one I can zoom up on, I think, but I don't know how. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's see. I thought it was holding me backwards for a minute, but holy shit. And I'm sorry, you can see some of my flosses through it. I do have neat backs, but this one, for some reason, I was having some issues with a couple pieces of it, so there are some long backs that I will trim up at the end. Come on. Let's see if I can move a little bit. See, this is where a board would be great, but I don't think I had very well. Maybe I'll make one when I become YouTube savvy. Look at July. I just think that's one of my favorite blocks so far. And I do know I went backwards on this, but you know what? Just so everybody can see it, because I'm really proud of it. It's actually a lot of stitching. Or I feel like it's a lot of stitching. It is a blue flower, and I love the blue flower. First off, let me tell you, she's probably one of my favorite designers. One of them. I have like 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. I don't know. But she's definitely one of them. But I love her as a person. Like, I can comment on her YouTube videos, and she takes the time to comment back to me. Like, I love it. Like, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging me and your awesomeness, because her designs are gorgeous, and I probably buy most all of her charts that are released. And they're kitted up in bags, and I have yet to start them because her charts are very stitched. There's a lot of stitches. They don't look big, but there's a lot of stitches. And I need to start more of them. I just haven't yet. I have 60, and I'm trying to dwindle that number as I randomly start small things. dwindle my number some. I mean, let's be legit. Come on now. This is my long dog. It's still in the hoop, so this is Joyful, or yeah, no, like, did I say that wrong? Joyful Stitching. She is on Etsy, and guys, if you want to buy a bag, check her site out, because she's awesome. She is like all about customer service. She will talk to you and you become friends, because I became a friend with her. And I get really excited when people talk to me and want to be friends. I'm like a child. I'm like, oh my gosh, you like me? Like, you really like me? I think I've hit like my 3rd cup of coffee and then just a little hyper, so excuse me. I told you I'm quiet around people, so you'd probably be like, this ain't Megan. Okay. You can see my hand. What is this? Okay, there we go. This is a long dog. It is You Belong to Me. I love long dogs. They're very intimidating, so I'm trying not to get intimidated by this one. But I actually really love stitching it. Like, it's one of my favorites to stitch. Take a look at it. Just wow. I mean, I just can't. I just look at it. It's so awesome. Like, when do you even say this? Besides, who are you and how do you make these designs? So, this is another rando from Stitch Me. I just totally look ugly. It's my nose. This is another like odd piece from Stitch Me. It doesn't have a name, it just has a number. I think it's a one of a kind, but I want to show you this fabric. Sorry, it's a big piece of fabric. Look at those colors. It like reminds me of if fall threw up on fabric. This is what fall would throw up on fabric like. If there was orange in it, it definitely would be fall. But it gives me a fall feel to it. Look at this play by Kim. Look at it. Come right there. And then, I told you, Pokemon. Look at that side up. He's holding his little head. He's adorable. And I'm a child. Sorry. Okay. So I have 2 more projects. Actually, I have 3 more, but 2 for right now that are sitting in front of me. My longest whip is here, and I pulled it out because I'm a part of the Queen City Yalll, and they have a President's Challenge. Tiffany is amazing and has already finished her President's Challenge. Her own challenge she finished, and I thought, I can do it too, right? Like, I'm cool. I'm a cool kid. I'm not gonna be able to finish it, but I'm gonna try. I'm still gonna try. Now, if I finish it, I don't know. I'm gonna buy myself something, but it's gonna be a reward. Because, first off, this chart I think is out of print. But I love it so much. It's a gorgeous chart. This is Queen of Peace. See, if I put it like this, it looks like I finished it, right? Like, that counts. And that's all I got. This is like the very tip-top part of her dress. Like, this little purple area right here is the sash that comes up. That's all I got, guys. I love it. I actually have made an error somewhere in this, and I don't know where. I haven't found where yet, I guess that's what I'm getting at. I'm sure that it's going to hit me in the head, and I'm going to find it and be like, oh my gosh, like, why? Sorry, I was looking for something here, and I don't see it in here. That's cool. I have all of the beads and stuff in her bag too, so it's kind of been me trying to keep everything in there, fit everything back in there. I put all of her flosses on a floss ring, which was a lot of them, but look at those colors. Like, come on. You're like kind of, look how pretty those colors. Very pastel, very girly, which is not me, but she's gonna look great when I finish her. I'm hoping to have her done this year. They're supposed to be done at our Christmas party, and I just do not foresee it being done by the Christmas party. I shall attempt to, but I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best, guys. Very, very sort of disappointed that I'm not further in this, because this is like my longest whip. I have had this piece kitted up, ready to rock and roll for a long time. And I don't know what it is that makes this piece kind of hard for me to stitch on. I think I just get overwhelmed with it and I put it away easily. I really feel like that's the main reason it's not finished yet. Sorry, I have gloss that keeps coming out of the bag. So we do what we can there. This project, my friends, is Autumn Lane Stitchery. It is the Forest Queen. I don't know if it's called the Forest Queen. It's the Dark Queen of the Earth, actually, I think is what it is, because the first one was the Dark Queen of the Sea. Not even started the Dark Queen of the Sea. I bought it when it came out. Still haven't even touched it. It scared me. But I'm a big earthy person. I love anything to do with the woods and the forest and animals. And so when they released this one, I was like, doesn't matter. I've got to stitch it. And you would think that I'd be more, because I mean, you guys can't see it because I have long sleeves on, but I actually have like a partial sleeve. I have jellyfish and I have an octopus up my arm. I have an anglerfish in my armpit. Like, I love the sea, but I have yet to stitch the Queen of the Sea. We'll get there. She's bought, and she's kitted, and she's ready to rock and roll. Where'd my book go? Now I am officially losing my mind. There we go. This light, like, it shines through and you can see, and I just want to show y'all see the piece. So, and I will make a board at some point in my lifetime. That's all I got over. But guys, look at this. Oh, look at that baby mandrake. Look at him again. Another clay by Kim, but this one I just can't. I tried forever to win one of these, and every time these fly off the shelves. Like, I mean, there's like, oh, you can't breathe and not hold your breath while you try to get this one. And then this actually was something my little one got for me. It's a pin, and I told you I have an octopus on my arm, so my kids like to buy me octopus stuff. But I've had that octopus on my arm since, gosh, Abigail, my oldest, was born, so I guess I'm now the crazy octopus lady. That's just worse things to be called, right? This isn't a so much to love bag. I have a couple of her bags. I adore her bags. They're great, they're big. I love the big bottom bags. They hold my big projects. But I like all of the funs with it. Like, I like the little mini bag to go with it. And every time I find one, I feel like I want to buy it really, really bad. But it cost me about $80 to buy the set. And I buy more cross-stitch stuff instead of her bags. Nothing to do with her or her bags. They're definitely way worth the money. But I just don't. And then I feel bad because I love her bag so much. But this is one that I bought. She had a sale and I saw it and I was like, oh. You follow me on Instagram, you'll see one of my description. It's a Edgar Allan Poe quote from The Raven. Quoth the Raven. I love ravens and blackbirds. I have actually feeders out front of my house, and it's mostly for those big blackbirds to come and see me. But look at those little cuties. Hello. Look at them. And then look how big this bag is. Like, seriously, it's huge. And it holds everything. And I mean, there's room up top without my hoop. And they're awesome. I think I have like 3 of them. And I actually have one in my cart that I think next payday I'm going to try to buy because I love them so much. One more project, guys, and then I'll wrap it up and we'll be done. My last project, where'd you go? You're back here. This is a project I've been working on for a little while now. Nothing wrong with it, and I stitch on it every once in a while. It's just, I don't know, I just haven't finished it yet. It's a small one. It's an owl forest, and it's a pumpkin snail. I have all of her snails. There's like 6 of them, I think. I have all of them, and they're all ready to go. And slowly I'm working on them. But I do have a story to tell with this one. It's the reason why I want to show it. You can get it out of my bag. There's a little bit more done on the side. I'm not unhooping it this time. When I do a whip parade, I'll unhoop it and you can see it all nice and pretty. But look at that little snail house. This is the side of its. This is the side of its face. This is the needle minder that came with the kit. A little pumpkin snail. Now, my main purpose of showing this project is this little guy. So, my very first stitch con. My aunt had this on one of her pieces, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh my gosh, I love your bumblebee. Where did you get it? And so she gives me the spot she bought this bumblebee minder at. And I fell in love with it immediately. I went on, I messaged the girl, do you have any more? Yeah, I'll have more. And I continued to follow her and try to find this bumblebee. And I could never get a hold of it. So one day she shows up with a piece of floss that I asked if she had in stock, and she did, because it was sold out everywhere. And I really wanted to start this piece. And she brings me the floss and gives me this minder and says, oh, he must have been attached to it. It's yours now. And so he is forever my favorite little bee minder, and I will keep him for the rest of my life. Hopefully, as long as he don't break or something terrible happens. I think that's about it, guys. And that's a mini whip parade. I know it's so long. I hope you come back and you like my videos and comment. Please follow me because I do want to do some giveaways. I have a lot of stash that I'm not going to stitch, and like non-kitted projects. They're just old charts. I do have needle minders that I've made up that I'd like to give away. I have a lot of fun stuff that I have planned in the future. I do want to wait till I get some followers and start that way and see how it goes. Thank you all, and happy stitching, okay?